And speaking of hard to handle, today we're talking once again about data quality issues that companies face that can be very hard to handle. Thank you so much for joining me for Drums and Data. Once again, I am Andy with Integrity Data Insights. And in Drums and Data, for the first part, I perform something on the drums, and then we have a discussion about some data-related topic. So today we are talking about data quality. This is part 2 of a series on data quality. So if you missed the first episode, I'll give you a real quick recap. We covered 5 different types of data quality challenges that are most common to organizations. And secondly, we talked about some techniques for how do you monitor, how do you get your hands around which issues you have and in what quantities. So today's topic, we're going to go into 5 strategies that can help you eliminate or reduce your data quality challenges. So let's dig in. So our first strategy and thing we want to talk about with handling your data quality issues is to prioritize. So in our last video, we talked about getting information, getting knowledge about where your data quality challenges are. You should have a much better picture on, what types of issues you're facing and in what quantities. Now you got to take that and figure out what should we tackle first? What should we tackle next? Companies have, only so many resources and budgets to address these. So this is critical. Look at your data quality challenges and figure out what you can prioritize. I recommend starting with the things that are the easiest to solve, that have the highest business impact. Look at what's most important for your business. You're not going to be able to solve everything at once. So prioritize your data quality issues. So my second recommendation for how to attack data quality issues is to get your technical teams involved early. Don't wait till the end. It sounds simple, but I've seen it time and time again in my career where the technical team isn't involved and some group of users goes off, thinks they're going to solve all the problems. They spend tons of time in a spreadsheet, getting this super crisp, pristine data. They hand it to the technology team and they're like, we can't use this. There's no IDs in here. What are we going to match this up to? So then you end up with a nightmare scenario where you spend a lot of time and you can't use it. So that's number one reason to get the technology team involved. The second reason is they may be able to do a lot of programmatic things that you wouldn't think is possible. I've had that happen too, where, a team is manually looking up or manually doing some cleanup that likely could have been assisted with technology. Say, you have 1,000 records to look at, they might be able to do a technique that eliminates that in half. We wrote this script that, makes it where you only have to look at half of those. That's another huge reason to get your technology team involved. So the third strategy I want to talk about is to go back to the source. With these data quality issues, think of it as like your faucet on your house, with water pouring out, right? And with this data quality cleanup, you have buckets and you're trying to eliminate them the best you can. But if you don't turn off that faucet, you're never gonna be rid of these issues. So really go back to the source, try to figure out what's going on. It could be something with the application where, it's a simple change and, the email should be a required field and for some reason it's not. It could be that someone, user education, maybe somebody doesn't realize that, this part of the information is critical for some downstream process. But really go back to the source. I can't emphasize this enough because if you don't get back to the source and try to eliminate that at the source, you're never going to catch up or get a handle on all the data quality problems that you have. So the fourth strategy I want to talk about with how to handle your data quality issues is what I call a balanced approach between your technology and your people. Because technology, as much as I love it, we all love it, it's never going to be able to handle all of your data quality issues or prevent them. And on the people side, there's no organization that has all of the resources and money that they need to get people to help fix all the data quality issues. So you really need that balanced approach. And ideally, you'd be having the technology handle everything it can and only be funneling the absolute things that it can't solve to the people. But I'd really recommend mapping out the process, drawing out swim lines. Where does the technology piece end and where do the people pick it up? And then how does it flow back into the systems? These are all things that is critical to your long-term success with your data quality, is the combination between your technology and your people and how they work together. So my fifth and final strategy for how do you handle data quality issues is to keep score. If your team has cleaned up, 10,000 contacts, or you've added this many phone numbers, or you've eliminated this many duplicates, keep score and make sure the business is aware of the impact, because that will continue. That will help you get funding. That will help you make this a priority for your business leadership if you can show results. So keep score. A data quality dashboard is a great way to do that, but however you do it, keep score and communicate it to your users, the impact that you're having. That does it for another episode of Drums and Data. Thank you so much for joining me. Once again, I am Andy with Integrity Data Insights. I'd love to talk to you. If you or your company is struggling with some of these data quality challenges, I'd love to see if I can help. Go to our website, integritydi.com, and click on the Schedule a Consultation link, or message me on LinkedIn. Whatever works for you, I'd love to get in touch and help you address your data quality challenges. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.